it's already off. Okay, so here's a little fun project that I'm working on. I printed a big Moai, tried a couple different filaments. Unfortunately, one of them ran out before it finished right at the top. So I'm gonna make something with this. I'll show you that later. This one right here, I plan to make it into a cool little mood lamp. So I bought a couple of different light sources to test out. Let me show you what I got. I got, first of all, a simple LED bulb with a USB plug and an on-off switch. I do want to use low voltage in case I put this in my kids' rooms. I also bought this kind of cool color changing LED strip that comes with an inconvenient but convenient at the same time little control panel for on, off, and program change that I could leave sticking out the back of the thing. Both of them, the strip, I'd probably wind up wrapping around this tube that I cut down to try to get the light to disperse. And both of them have practically the same diameter, so that's basically the hole that I'm going to need to make in the bottom. I have these around from a while ago, these little waterproof light pucks. These are great. They come a couple in a pack and you get these little remote controls. The only issue is it's battery operated, so you'd have to continually be able to get to it and open it and close it to replace the batteries. But that's another side one. It's not too much bigger than this. So I think I'm going to make a hole in the bottom of this that's big enough to pass. You could see if I put this right on the side, how it kind of lines up pretty evenly with the inside there. I'm going to find that position, put a hole in the bottom. I'll then eventually make a base plate that would hold the shaft or the light bulb or the puck, and hopefully be able to remove it when I need to. So this is a little project I'm going to start on. I'll film it throughout the process and hopefully it gives other people some good ideas. The hole is done. The biggest product will fit in there once I file it a little bit. That's not a problem. I just want to check the shaft to see how the fit's going to be. Let's see if I need to change anything. It's bottoming out, so I'm probably going to just have to reduce the height a little. I was really right to the edge. There we go. Where is that? Yeah, I guess there's a lot of stringing on the inside, which I might get rid of or I might leave depending on the effect. But it is leaning a little bit. So I think I'll cut 1 centimeter off this tube, wrap it, check out the effect, and decide which light source we're using. Okay, so what I did was I cut that round hole big enough for the LED bulb and column to go through. We also positioned 2 holes, and I just printed 2 backing plates because this was such thin wall that I wanted something that I could screw into to screw the mount to. And I was just going to cut out a regular base plate a little bit inward from the side, but it was pretty easy in Fusion to just take the model, offset it, and we created this base plate here where we glued the column with my LEDs, a little recess for the cables. I just used a little bit of super glue in there. And at the bottom we have the 2 holes for the screws. Then what I did was I drilled through the 2 points as a pilot for the screws. And just a small piece of insight when you're trying to decide what pilot size to use, for those of you who don't realize this, you might want to get in close with the camera. You just want to make sure the pilot size covers, go from the top if you don't mind. The pilot size covers the inner shaft, but not the threads. If it's smaller than the shaft, then the shaft is going to exert too much pressure and break the plastic. If it's bigger than the threads aren't going to grip. So if you can get a pilot size that covers the inner shaft of the screw, but not the outer thread, you've got it. So I made the pilots in those 2 holes, pretty darn easy. And then we'll assemble it right now and see how it goes. Okay. So just turn this upside down. Oh, is this one lined up? There we go. I'll just partially screw it so you can get the other one aligned. Once I see the hole, I'm good. There we are. I'll go all the way in and all the way in here. No need to overexert because this is really hollow. I didn't want to waste a lot of plastic. So you can see I have a very little infill, like 5%, and just 2 walls. And that's the end of the project. And we could turn it on and see how it does. So clear this out. And it's got this little programming knob here. So we'll go ahead and turn it on. And that should cycle through a few colors.